people who say things aren't that big say that because, for instance, a person who all their life has been getting hit, they get hit on the shoulder or punched in the arm, like the little playful things people do, and then that person would completely flip out because they've been getting hit all their life, while the other person will sit there and be like, chill, it's no big deal. Yeah, they wouldn't think it's a big deal because they haven't been having to deal with that all their life. Well, this is one of them things. I've been dealing with it for a very long time, where like just bad junk keeps constantly happening. I honestly wish, with that being said, about the whole, this is why I've been making these videos, trying to reach out, get some help. Someone hopefully can help me before my last court date. It was funny how my mom told me, in which, this is like crazy. How do you, they say that they're trying to help, but they're not really trying to help. My mom, once when she was working at Alley Cats when I was really young, she ended up having to go to court over some random stuff, and it was really looking like she was going to go to jail for some years. But one of her managers knew some really good attorney that was usually on the prosecutioner's side, and they came to her defense and ended up showing exactly how she was innocent throughout the entire thing and getting her off without getting any problems because she didn't really do anything at all. And I was like, wow, I wish I had knew somebody like that. She said that she don't even hardly keep in she hasn't kept in contact with the manager or that person, so she would have liked to call them back up. But if she just does her research a little, she would be able to go back and pull up the person like name or something. It's very easy to find people nowadays. She could pull it up, call the person up, ask them do they still know the name or whatever. Or better yet, she went to court. Everything that happens in court is supposed to be public records. She should be able to go back and look at her own court case, and it should be said somewhere in there that someone came to help her. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. I'm a big on looking up stuff before I get into it. That's how I knew about the whole Romeo and Juliet law, about how I found out about the Florida School of Massage. I looked into going into the massage school because also when we moved to Vegas, we was actually supposed to be just staying out there and creating a new life for us out there. But while I was out there, I was looking into massage schools while I was out there, and found out that this one is supposed to be one of the top 3, and the one out there you have to go for 2 years. You hardly have any hands-on experience, and it costs like $24,000 or something like that, which is over twice as much as the Florida School of Massage, and 4 times the length of period of time. Yeah, if I'd have known about that, I'd have probably either went ahead and tried to go to school here before going out there, or I would have like left her out there with her father and then came back and went to the school, then came back out there if she wanted me to come back out there. But she had cheated on me while we was out there as well, and her dad even told her that she was just too much to handle. Come back and get her, and she can just stay with me. Being that all the stuff about her, how her mom said she didn't want her back no more, and a bunch of different things. I even, just in case the Romeo and Juliet law fell through and everything, before I even got with my baby's mother, she kept pestering me, asking me, can she, would I date her or whatever, and I kept telling her I can't do that because, first off, I've always liked the girls who are older than me. I've always been attracted to girls who are older than me. My first ex was 3 years older than me. My second one was 2 years younger than me, but I also had grew up with her since like she was in like 4th, 5th grade. She was like my sister's friend or whatever, who ended up later really having an attraction to me, and I was kind of like, I just kind of went into it. Being that I knew her for quite a while, I was like, okay, and went into it. But yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have like one of my other big things was I like to be friends and really get to know a person for a long period of time before getting with them. My best friend is probably the only person I could really see myself being with, and we never break up. Never have really hardly any issues like that because of who I am and who she is. But I went and made sure that I asked her mom, is it okay if I date her daughter and everything? In which her mom lived here in Gainesville, her dad lived in Vegas. Her mom said yes, that was fine. Well, after her mom saying yes, that was fine, one day when my baby's mother was over to my house, she had told me that she had been talking to her dad and pulled out my phone and called her dad. When she called her dad and started talking to him, he was like, yeah, he would like to meet me. He wants her to come out there and stay with her. My baby's mother really didn't want to stay with her mom because of her mom's boyfriend kept trying to rape her, and he had stopped for a short period of time because of it was getting risky because he had already did it to her older sister. Both of her mom's daughters has said that he has done this stuff, and she just won't believe them. One night, the first night she actually started to believe her was after they had a big argument about some stuff, and she saw how Chris was about to beat up on their brother, who is 2 years younger than me. Yeah, he was about to beat up on him, and I was about to jump in it, and because that was jacked up with how big this dude is. This dude, like I said, I'm 6 something. He's way taller than me and way bigger than me right now, and I'm not all for that whole letting someone who's really small getting whooped on for no reason or none of that. And she saw how he tries to control the whole entire household, in which out of all of the family, all of my baby's brother's family, her mom was the main one running like all of them. Some of them were staying at her house. She was the one always with money that was given out and whatnot, telling them what they needed to do and stuff like that. And her boyfriend, since he had control over her, was just like, okay, he never works. He's been staying at the house for years, just playing video games. She bought him big screen TVs, bought him all the game systems he wanted. All he does is sit up in the house. When he did get a job to help a little bit, he had a paper route, which mainly my baby's mother's mother was doing. She would go get the papers, she would wrap up the papers and everything, and then my baby's mother and her mom would mainly go around throwing the papers. He wouldn't even do nothing. My baby's mother's mother got him the job, and he wouldn't do nothing. The only time he ever really hardly leaves the house is at 3 a.m. in the morning when they go to throw the papers, if he goes. So how he had time to do it, he had plenty of time to do it. He raped my baby's mother's sister for 3 years, and I wish they would have told me that back then, because I had a phone. I could have came in like perfectly timed. It came in, recorded it, and ran over to the cops who lived right around the corner. They've called the cops before, and they both of them were saying that he did that stuff to the both of them around the same time, and she turns around and tells the cops, no, he ain't do it. And they just believed her the first time. Then they was like, oh, he has no time to do it. That's a lie, because she leaves at like between 4 and 5, or between 4 and 6 in the morning to go to work. She's the manager at Subway. She goes to open. The kids were still there, staying in the same house with just them two. Yeah, there was some other people staying in the house, but she had 2 houses. One little one and one big one. There was an upstairs one and whatnot. The kids and Chris and their mom stayed all in one, and their mom's name is Kathleen Erin Mann. They all stayed in one. She turns around and goes in there and like just pretty much lets them constantly stay with him. They